Why do we need the finally clause in Python? I am not sure why we need finally and try except finally statements. In my opinion, this code block is the same with this one using finally. Am I missing something?
It makes a difference if you return early. Compare to this. Other situations that can cause differences. If an exception is thrown inside the except block, if an exception is thrown in run_code1 but it's not a type error, other control flow statements such as continue and break statements.
You can use finally to make sure files or resources are closed or released regardless of whether an exception occurs, even if you don't catch the exception, or if you don't catch that specific exception. In this example, you'd be better off using the with statement, but this kind of structure can be used for other kinds of resources. A few years later, I wrote a blog post about an abuse of finally that readers may find amusing.
They are not equivalent. Finally, code is run no matter what else happens. It is useful for cleanup code that has to run. As Mark Byers commented, anything causes the process to terminate immediately also prevents the finally code to run. The latter could be an os._exit. Or power cut, but an infinite loop or other things also fall into that category.
To add to the other answers above, the finally clause executes no matter what, whereas the else clause executes only if an exception was not raised. For example, writing to a file with no exceptions will output the following. Output. If there is an exception, the code will output the following. Note that a deliberate error is caused by keeping the file read-only. Output. We can see that the finally clause executes regardless of an exception. Hope this helps.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.